Hello, entrepreneurs. Happy Thursday evening. This is Joe DeChara with another amazing episode of Joe DeChara Presents. You would think that I've had enough practice saying my own name, and I am here to present How to Win a Business, brought to you by my favorite sponsor in the world, Bedrock University. And if you're visiting live, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay, because that helps my Facebook statistics. Not that you would care about that, but I'm just saying. And if you don't know me, if this is the first time, I think I should have drank some water before this, because I'll tell you the truth, I'm pretty excited about tonight's training. But if you don't know me by now, if this is the first time watching, welcome. I am a CPA serial entrepreneur that actually got bored just doing basic accounting and tax work. So I decided to shake things up a little bit a couple of years ago, and started putting together these programs for micro businesses, people that are just starting out. And people that may have been in business for a while and realize that it's not as simple as they might have thought it would be. And I do these presentations. I try to do them every night, really to provide a service and to feed my sales funnel, because this is how I learned from the best of the best in the industry, is how you grow your business, how you connect with people. And I have to tell you that it works. You know, once you get the formula down like I have, it's just a matter of where do you want to take it. And I have decided to make it my mission. And I'm going to show you here. Okay, so my green screen is no longer, my background is gone. So this is one of those technical glitches and I'm just gonna leave it the way it is, because that's how I was told we run here. Hello, Facebook user. I can almost do interactive now, which is pretty cool, because StreamYard actually lets me see most of the people's comments. I find that afterwards that there may have been some comments afterwards. So if you have a question or a comment, post it in there. And if I don't get to it now, I will get to it afterwards, because I do make it it's my job to follow up. Anyway, so let me get into tonight's presentation, and I don't think I even changed it on here. Everything right now is about new business mastery. That's my new course. That is my new book. Actually, I got another new book, which I really should talk about, because this is called my Amazing Itty Bitty S Corp book. And I wrote this about a year ago, and it got held up because of COVID. But now my publisher sent it to me, my friend Susie Pruden from Itty Bitty Book Publishing. And now I have to go through it. And you could see it's probably going to take me about, 20 minutes to go through the final proof. And then we will have another Amazon best-selling book that we can put out there. Yes, it is very cool. So I'm sorry, I don't see your name. All I see up here, and this is the thing of StreamYard, all I see is Facebook user for some reason. But let me go through the presentation, because tonight I decided to do something that is going to help you win a business, I hope. Now, here's the problem, and everybody has this problem, that life is difficult. And I got this quote from one of my favorite books, The Road Less Traveled. It was in the first paragraph, and I could have probably stopped reading the book right there, because that was the synopsis. And for me, it was a huge weight was lifted off of my shoulders, because I actually thought that life was only tough for me. And, put things in perspective, what I realized is, you know what? It's complicated. Even if you lived in a little house on the prairie, you'd think they thought life was simple. And you could go anywhere with it. Relationships, human psychology, it doesn't matter. Even technology. There was technology in the 1700s, and it was complicated. Imagine when the printing press came out. Imagine when the people must have said, "Oh my God, what is this? It's from the devil." So things are tough. It's complicated. And what makes us crazy as entrepreneurs is we start businesses, and that makes it even tougher. So I see people coming into business for the first time, and they're all hyped and all excited and enthusiastic. And 3 months later, they're pulling their hair out saying, "What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? This isn't working." Hey, Stacy. Thank you. Fellow mastermind member. Thank you for joining here. Anyway, and this is the paradox of the new business owner. There's no way around it. And I don't know, I'm going to come up with a term because it's called there's got to be some kind of shock, like the initial entrepreneurial shock where you find out that this is not going to be a piece of cake. What am I doing wrong? And a lot of times it's nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. Because the truth is that once you go into business, the chances are that you're not going to stay in business. The chances are about, in my estimation, at least 98% against you succeeding in business. Now, other people, experts in the field, have different ideas of business failure. But the truth is that no matter how you cut it, it's not easy. And the main reason that I found, you can go through all of these reasons that they talk about, lack of capital, a bad economy, too much competition, poor management. And that's all true. But at the new business level, there's a whole different level of insanity going on. There's a whole different level of issues that go on with new businesses that if they don't conquer them, if they don't overcome these issues, these complications, these roadblocks, they are never going to get to the point where cash flow matters or the economy or competition. The truth is, and I'm going to go on the record here with my green screen. The truth is that millions of people start businesses and never generate a penny in revenue. So why is that? You come into business all eager, all optimistic. We're gonna change the world. And 3 to 6 months later, you're ready to pack it in because you're not generating any revenue, and all you see are expenses. And what people are, and it's like the entrepreneurial shock. I'm going to come up with some kind of term. I'm going to trademark it, and I'm going to make it into I'm going to buy the domain. But until then, the fact is that if you haven't started a business and you're watching this, just beware, okay? And I'm not trying to talk you out of it. If you really want to be in business, you're going to go into business. But don't be surprised when 3 months down the road, your plan isn't panning out, because they very rarely pan out. If you talk to anybody that's been in business for a while, it always works out as long as you don't change your focus, as long as you haven't changed what you're trying to do, it will work out, guaranteed. It has to. It just might not work out exactly how you planned on it. Okay. And so there's twists and turns all around it. And the truth is that at our level, at the micro business level, the number one reason that businesses fail, it's not because of taxes. I know taxes hurt, but if you're paying taxes, that means you're doing some business. Taxes it's one of those obstacles. You want to legally minimize your taxes, but that's not the problem. It's not taxes that put people out of business. It's the fact that it's too damn complicated. It's way too complicated to start a business, especially if you're trying to do it on your own. It's hard enough if you're a member of a mastermind group and you have a coach, but how many new business owners have those things? They don't. I live in New York City. I live in Queens, we're one stop away from Manhattan here. And if I wanted to open up a hot dog stand on the corner, I probably got to hire, if I wasn't a CPA, I would have to hire an attorney just to open up a hot dog stand. I don't know about you, but I think that's a little crazy. So what I do, what I have done, the whole crux of the story is my mission is to help make things simple, fun, and profitable. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. I have been hawking. I've been going almost as if I am a spokesperson for Waveapps, but I'm not. I can't be, because if I was, it would be the stupidest job I ever had, because it's free. There's no affiliate fee. I don't get anything for setting my clients up on Waveapps. Not like QuickBooks. If I could have been a QuickBooks Pro advisor and monetized every time I sold a thing to a QuickBooks subscription, or I could buy QuickBooks wholesale and upsell it to my clients. You can't do that with Wave. It's totally free, and not that they're idiots. Because believe me, it's not going to be free forever. I know what they're doing. I've seen this before. They suck you in. They make it so it's so great that you can't live without them. And then they're going to start charging us a subscription. But for now, I can live with that. And let me show you, because this is the Wave has totally changed the focus of my marketing. It's really interrupting everything, but almost because I have no choice. It's almost because the program is so good and effective that I just have to keep putting people on it. I keep talking about it, and it just keeps getting better. So the stuff that, like my new business mastery course and the new business mastery book and all of that stuff, I basically put it on hold, and I was all excited about that. And then my itty bitty book, this thing came in. So I got a lot of stuff going on. And what I want to share with you tonight, this is what I had an epiphany today, because I said, Waveapps is great. It's an unbelievable program. I got to find it here. Hopefully that is it. Yes. Okay. So I am officially on the Waveapps site, and I'm going to explain where I am now. If you're not familiar with Waveapps, it is a free software program to do bookkeeping, and that's what for businesses. But this morning, what I realized, in all of my wisdom, I had been using it for my personal finances as well. And I never talked about this. Because listen, if you're a micro business owner, it's not just your business finances. You got to keep track of your personal finances. And this is a great tool. It's an easy, efficient way to do it. And I am going to show you right now, right from square one, from starting, setting up the account from scratch to actually setting up your balance sheet. Let's see, you know, I'm promising this. Let's see if I can deliver on it now. So let me just go into this. So where I am, I have a Wave account that I use for demonstration purposes. Actually, this isn't the right one. But anyway, I'm in here now. This is where we are. So let's start here. Just bear with me. That is the right account. Okay. So here we are, folks. We are in my Bedrock sample company. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new business. And again, this doesn't matter because this is really for my own personal use, so it's irrelevant. So this, so here, okay, so here's the list of my client, my companies. I'm going to open up the one that I just set up. And I'm not going to bother with all of this stuff because this really doesn't matter. This is one of the things I love about Wave because I don't have to put all this stuff in. I don't have to put in useless information. But what I do have to do is I want to set up my chart of accounts. And this is where I usually start when I'm training people in bookkeeping. So you want to start with your chart of accounts, and Wave's got a particular way of how they have it set up. So they have their chart of accounts set up as assets, then they got the liabilities, then they got the income and their expenses. And you come with, you know, a basic standard chart of accounts. So your basic standard chart of accounts, it's not really set up to do a personal account, but I'm going to show you here how we're going to do it. Now this is actually, and I just want to make sure that, yes, okay. I want to make sure you're seeing the same screen as me. So this is a worksheet that I have from one of my publications called the New Business Startup Checklist. Okay, and that's part of my, it's a checklist. It's another PDF book that I will gladly share with you for free. I share it with my clients because it's got some easy worksheets in here. And this is a sample balance sheet that I just put together. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at this, and because this is what I'm going to create right now, and we're going to come back to it. And so look at those numbers, 960, and we're going to have to, I'm going to have to go back to Wave. And I'm going to make sure that you're, yes, okay. So assets, so now we have cash in the bank. Let's just say cash and bank. This is one of the accounts, and I'm just setting up the same accounts that I have on my balance sheet. Investments. Property, plant, equipment, home. That's good that they have spell check on this. And we have a couple of, those are the assets, and then we have credit cards. And that's going to be over here. So now we have credit cards, we have loans. So now you can see I scroll down to liability, loans, and we have the mortgage on our house. Okay. Now, unfortunately, one thing I don't like about Wave is I can't print a chart of accounts for some reason. They don't allow you to. But let's go over here. Let me see if I could print a balance sheet, and it'll give us. So it doesn't even give us all the. No, it doesn't give us a drop down. So I'm going to have to enter the transactions, and I'll go back to the balance sheet and show you that it worked. And I'm going to go over here. So now this is something, I'm an accountant. I don't expect everybody to know how to do this, but I'm just showing you that. And actually, you can do it exactly the way that I'm doing it here. January 1st, opening, entry. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to start loading the balances. 15,000 I have in cash. And now you actually have to understand the difference between debits and credits here. The debits are on the left side and the credits are on the right side. We have vehicles, so now I can also type in we have investments. Of 150,000. We have the home. And that is worth 400,000. Now we're going to add the credits. Actually, I think that's 1,029. too many. Okay, so now over here, we're going to put in the liabilities. First thing we have is a credit card. And we owe $5,000 on that. And I actually forgot the retirement plans. That is 375. And mortgage is 375. And my loans are 175. So now you can see we're out of balance here. There's something missing. And what that is that's called our net worth. And in Waveapps, we don't have something called net worth. We're going to use, it's called owner's equity. So it's the same thing, and we are $405,000 in the black. And I'm going to show you exactly what that means. So I just did my one opening balance sheet entry. And now this is what we have. We're going to go to the details. We have cash in bank. We have total assets of 960,000. Okay. We have liabilities of 555,000. And that's what we call our net worth. And now just to show you, we're going to go back. And this is just the way StreamYard is that I got to keep going back and forth here. Where is... Yes, I think that should be it. And so now you could see the 960, and I just duplicated what was on my worksheet. So it's really not that difficult. If if you start out, yeah, it could get complicated. You might need an accountant or a bookkeeper to help you set it up if you're not. Oh, thank you, Stacy. Yeah, I'll be putting this up on. So Stacy can't hear me, but I put these up on YouTube. And so one other thing I wanted to do here, because that's not it, folks, because I'm going to show you, because the whole idea is to show you here really how simple this can be. And I got to go back. Now I got to find Waveapps again. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go back into the Waveapps account. And I'm putting myself on the line here. Because what I'm going to show you now is, okay, so we have our accounts, everything's set up there, but now we want to start bringing in transactions. So I'm going to show you, and I'll tell you the truth, what got me thinking about this today is when I went to look at mine, I had linked my Macy's accounts up to my personal Waveapps account. And it was actually updating all the transactions. I had forgotten about it. But when I went in there, I said, oh my God, it's really amazing that it just keeps updating this stuff. Now, if you change your password or something, they lock you out or whatever, there's a security problem, you're going to have to go in and reconnect it. But that's a small price to pay because of the amount of time that you save by doing this. So now I'm gonna try to show you, if we have enough time here, and we should, 2 ways to get transactions in here. And so the first one, I am going to try to connect here. Milestone. And so now I have to, so now this is just one of my credit cards. And I'm not sure if this is even going to connect. But that's okay, because if it doesn't connect, then I have my second way of doing it. So let me just, okay. Five, 6, 8, 7. Okay, so it worked. Now I'm getting a text message. So that, that's another thing that you have to understand about Waveapps, that this is as secure as anything will ever get. So now if I set this up and I shared this with my accountant cannot get into my bank account. He could see all the transactions. He can't, he could see the transactions that are coming in through Wave, but he cannot get into my account, either credit card or bank account. Now, just remember, this is a credit card. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go in here. So this is important when you do this, because you could import from as far back as possible, or you could select a date. Now, sometimes when I get a new client and I'm only doing the current year, I'm not going to go back as far as possible. But for this, let's just do it and see what happens. So there's a problem here. Milestone, they want to import this into a checking account. Okay, so that ain't going to work. So this is one of those accounts where we can't actually connect it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to delete this. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to go into my Milestone account, and I am going to download the transactions. And transactions. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the. So this will take, and I'll show you all different kinds of formats. So now this just brought it out in a CSV file. So a CSV file is a what is a CSV file? It's compatible with Excel and Google Docs. And so what you do here is you go here, upload a bank statement. That's what they say. But now we have a CSV file. Now, I'm not sure. So you have to format the CSV file. Let me see what happens. if I just simply try to import this. So this is what I was saying, folks, about I was putting myself on the line here. But look at that. Oh my God. It just, without doing anything, without doing any kind of formatting, changing the spreadsheet around, it just, I mean, look at that. So it should have brought in all the transactions for the year. And now obviously we gotta fill in the categories. So that's not a problem. That's a different, and look at this. So actually brought in all the transactions, but look, you saw how fast that was. So and I hope you were actually watching that, because I lost track of my StreamYard account. Yes, okay, great. So that's it for tonight's presentation. It was successful. You could see I did run into a couple of problems, but what did I do? I set up a personal Waveapps account. I imported 3 years worth of transactions from a credit card, all in a couple of minutes. And you know, that's what excites me about Waveapps. So if you're interested in using Waveapps, if you want to give me a shout out, I am putting together workshops. I got a bunch of YouTube videos up there on my channel, Bedrock Business Builders, specifically for Waveapps. But if you want to connect with me and see what it might take to get you set up, like in one day, because I'm getting clients and I'm actually getting their whole the whole year set up in like a day or two, which is really insane. I just did a client with over 1,600 transactions where we got everything entered, reconciled, and now we're categorizing everything. And it's just, it's amazing, folks. Believe me, I've been doing this a long time. This thing is going to make QuickBooks and spreadsheets obsolete for what they've been using them for. QuickBooks is way too complicated, and spreadsheets are not designed to do bookkeeping, not efficiently and effectively. So that's my story, folks. Connect with me. Also, you know, join my mastermind with Joe DiChiara every Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And that's my story again. It's been a pleasure. God bless. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you.